I need women to stop doing this. And that's believing that what you have in between your legs is so valuable that it makes everything around you had to praise that thing. And I'm understanding more and more now why the American woman from older cats is being less and less desired. So I had a kicking session with somebody, and we talking, we chit chatting and everything like that. Brian, what up? And the conversation arises about dating and moving in and all this stuff and everything. And I said, if a woman moves in with me, she don't gotta worry about the rent. Don't worry about the rent. But she definitely need to take care of the gas and electricity. The woman says this, and this, wow, just blew my mind. She said, well, you already taking care of all of that stuff. I said, true enough. But wouldn't like all of this stuff, basically it seemed like this ain't gonna do nothing but basically give the woman every single thing, and we essentially get nothing. Now, I'll say this. I'm a minimalist. So the things that I need, I don't need in abundance. The glitz, the glams, the show off, the ostentatious lifestyle, the show me stuff, it's not within me. I grew up too poor to value other people's attention or their opinions that much, right? So then she gets flustered. Well, that's the problem with black men. See, I got an African man that I'm with, and he takes care of this and takes care of that. So he takes care of everything. What does he get? When the conversation started about what he gets, it was, oh, well, cook it clean and all this stuff. I said, so that's 2 square meals a day, 7 times a week. Shifted. All right. I'll clean and everything. Really? The African American? Yeah, sure. I'm gonna just block you, weirdo. If that's where your mind go, that's cool. I have no problem with you doing that. But that's where your mind is at. Peace. I don't know if you went directly there, but if that's in your soul, be free. Be free. So now I'm sitting here like, and I want to get to clowning, but I'm not going to, because I can start nitpicking and start saying certain things. And now it's like, do you want to be petty? No, just stand on your square and raise all type of chaos now, because a woman in her 40s is telling me that I should value her opinion. You're not married. You haven't been married. Nobody's going to marry you. And that's just what it is. The most you could ever be is a person to an older person who might value you. You got to date a 60-year-old. You can't date a man that's in his mid-50s. Maybe a man that's 57 or something like that. Go bark up that tree. What's up, Tim? So now I'm listening to this conversation, and it's turning it into a debate. Then it starts to be, well, you should care what other people think about you. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. A lot of people don't understand this about me. I don't care about what other people think about me because I don't know if the lifestyle you live is one that I would ever live. I don't know if the lifestyle that you live I even want to be associated with, and vice versa. You know nothing about my lifestyle except for what I show you. And I know nothing about your lifestyle except for what you tell me. So for me to have value over what another person says, it's just not going to matter. Yeah. And then said, that's the problem with black men. And I said, it's amazing how when it's positively transactional for you, it's a good thing. Then she was like, well, you're measuring things. I said, no. Because if I'm a man, my woman is going to pay some bills around here. She was like, well, so she got to come in and give you money. No, you don't. No, you don't. Gas and electricity. That's all you got to take care of. Gas and electricity. Because I know that when people have stuff in abundance, they abuse. And then what's the point of being in a relationship with somebody if you feel used? A lot of ladies don't understand this, but it's the things that men do in abundance of. When we see that you're not doing certain things, cat's gonna feel used. Like, well, then what is she here for? Everything she described, I said, well, look, I can hire a meal prep service that's gonna cost me $400 a month. That just got rid of the whole I'll cook, I'll clean crap. That got rid of all of that. So now we out of the cook and clean stuff. I said I can hire a cleaning service $40 a week, and that'll take care of everything being clean. Yeah, but you're measuring by this measure, but you measure rent and bills the same way. So what's the issue? Well, I'm done having this conversation. Now, when we hung out, she like, yeah, man, thank you for taking me to the gun range. It was dope, man. You said you would do it. You're a man of your word. Cool. Then it was, man, let's go get something to eat. On me. I paid for the dinner. I paid for the dinner. Yeah. So, you know, it's not equal and it's fair in the world we live in. And it's not. So I said, you know what, then why don't you just stay in your own spot and then whoever you're dealing with stay in their own spot? Because it's only benefiting you. Everything she described that a woman is, you can get from masturbation and a dog. Well, there's love. And ladies, let me tell y'all something. We all have different value systems. We just do. Men have different value systems. So what y'all value, we don't. Men show you they love you by what we do. Y'all show us you love us by the stuff y'all quote unquote say. So now I gotta sit here and start thinking to myself a bunch of things. I'm like, you driving a car and your radiator got you smoking. I'm driving a $50,000 car and I already have another car just chilling in my garage in case anything happened to this one. And I just spent $7,000 on that to get fixed. But then she had asked me like, yo, you know how to fix radiators? I don't have the tools, but it's not that difficult. See, now now it's what I can do for you. Let me tell y'all ladies something. If you not willing to do for your man to make things easier on him, like taking a bill or two, then you not a real woman. She started saying, well, the Bible says this. I said, well, the Bible says you supposed to come a virgin and childless. Y'all use the Bible when it benefits you. Then the conversation turned off. Well, I don't want to talk about this no more. Nah. I'm a Jew. I know the Bible. I'm a real Jew. By blood and by religion. I know the Bible. What you talking to? What you thought this shirt was? Your grandma, when she had a job, she took all the money and handled the bills. She can bide her money with your granddaddies. That's what she did. Your grandma was a far better woman than you was. Don't compare yourself to your grandma because your grandma balanced a checkbook. Your grandma made sacrifices. Your grandma understood far more. These dumbass brides really believe granddaddy paid all the bills and grandma didn't pay nothing. You gotta be slow. Your granddaddy typically gave your grandma the bills because he knew if I show her everything and give her all of this, she can't want for nothing because she understands budget. That's what that is. But they think because they clean a little bit, which they was going to do anyways. And it's funny because they'll say this stuff like, well, you were already paying the bills anyway, so me, I'm not really doing anything. Well, Shawty, you was already doing the same thing too. So now we both screwed. Now we both screwed. I'm not an advocate of telling people, hey, bruh, F this as far as whatever pigment of woman that you like and all that. I'm not one of those black dudes who's going to be like, man, F black women and all that. I can never do something so low. But what I will say is this. If you can't value what a man is and make his life easier, he going to die quicker anyways. You just going to accelerate it. I found it amazing how she thought having this conversation was going to somehow put her in this little win category that she thought she was going to get. Well, you're already paying this and paying that. Well, why don't I just wait for my lease to end? You wait for your lease to end. We make it easier on both of us and then pay half the rent of each other's there. You win, I win, we all win. I'm not even with that. To me, I'm like, men take care of the rent, ladies take care of the gas and electricity. Why is it that you believe your money ain't supposed to be spent at all? Why? Because you getting over. It's transactional. You waiting to leave. You trying to find somebody better. The way in which they operating is to take. Because they already got this to take anyways. So it's embedded in their nature from their loser mama that, hey, shawty, get what you can get because you finna be out of there soon. That's what that is. Don't ever. And it's funny because she gonna say something like, that mentality, you never gonna find a wife. Man, woman, you just don't know. If I wanted to get married today, I could. I'm a damn 8% of men. 8%. Who do you think more rare? A 40-something-year-old woman with adult kids and a car that barely works? Or a man who turned even his house into a business, ain't never complained about bills ever? Shit, Cat got his own thing going on. We'll figure it out, though. We gotta have a drink off. Ain't no dinner. Nah. Put cuz in a blender. You finna go under the table. I'm finna, yeah. You on a boat? Something like that. I'm in a Range Rover, player. It's just, I don't understand how these ladies these days think that contributing nothing is going to get you something. Y'all think using a man is the ultimate goal when it's just a hustle of yours. And the moment that men started to wake up and started to say, I'm cool, that's when they start saying all type of stuff. That's why I miss Kevin Samuels, bro. Kevin Samuels would have had a ball of how I was putting belts behind on that one. That's a rental, huh? I didn't know that. I wish it was a rental. A rental would be cheaper. I think y'all think them little. I think y'all think them little snide comments really matter, and they don't. All right, we'll finish it out, and then y'all can. Should I use a question mark? Nah, bro. It's just it's funny how they get mad when you start whooping them with the logic because they keep on talking about what a man is, what a man is. This ain't the day and age of the man that you used to because you never had that man. They never had that man that they talking about, so they can't even tell you. When that woman was in her prime, guaranteed she was using and abusing any way she could. Guaranteed. I'd bet the house on it. Ah. So, ladies, I need y'all to stop doing this, and I mean this. Stop thinking that stop believing that you are not gonna contribute to a man and he just gonna take it. Ladies, please stop believing that in no way, shape, or form you ever gonna just take from a man and he just finna just take it. Rentals don't come with two keys, by the way. I just wanna put that out there. I don't know rentals that come with two keys. But I wish it was a rental. A rental would be cheaper. I don't be going nowhere. Well, that's not true. I'm back in the gym heavy now, about to be 5 days a week. Gotta make that some type of regularity. But yeah, bro, I'm not. Ladies, ask what you can do for a man that he can help out with. Like, hey, if you got a man that's dope, that's taking care of a lot of stuff, cool. But a lot of ladies, y'all be thinking like y'all just fire and you not. I think these YouTube videos about us men I see on here, women really think and believe this stuff. Like the videos I said about how women should always date certain man character in the tax bracket. Man, listen, you a lie. You a lie. You a big old lie, bro. I just drove when I got rid of that truck. I just drove. Yeah, we ain't finna do that. You just flat out lied, bro. That's cool. Nice try. Anyways, ladies, why do you think a man should keep on working and keep on working and keep on working and make your life better while you make his more difficult? Because now I can already hear it. Well, you already was getting groceries anyways. All right, cool, but so was you. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. He's just lying, bro. He's just lying. I've rented from South Fulton. I've rented from CarMax. I rented from Enterprise. What is them yellow foods? Hertz. I rented from all of them. Man, you ain't never getting no two keys. That don't even make sense. I rented. I literally took a car from the airport that had 17 miles on it and drove it all the way to Oklahoma, bro. They didn't, yeah, Avis too. They didn't do any of that. They didn't give me no two keys. Like, oh well, you're not bringing this back, so you might as well take both these keys. They don't get down like that. Nice try, but no. So yeah, bro. Anyways, back to it, ladies. If you value your man, if you truly value your man, I'm telling you like this: make his life easier because he's already making yours easier. This woman sat up here without any basic survival skills and told me I'm a hustler. Flat out told me I'm a hustler. I'm not a hustler. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not a hustler. Let me be emphatically clear about all of this. Seti Nash is not a hustler. Seti Nash is just a man that's going to go out there and get it. I'm going to find my lane, create my lane, stay in my lane, and don't deviate from the path. If I decide to expand, it's because I'm adding more on. But that, oh, I'm a hustler. What does that mean? Like, when y'all say stuff like that, and you're not contributing anything to the household, what does that mean to the man? What does your money mean? And I can tell you already. I can tell you already what's in her mindset is. Oh, that's a 6 for 6. That's a 6 for 2, not a 6 for 3. So a 6 for 2 is, hey, 6 feet tall, 6 figures. A 6 for 3 is 6 foot tall, 6 figures, 6 pack. Now, if I'm doing on my core workout, you definitely gonna see the 6 pack imprint of what used to be. So yeah, but no, man, I'm not with any of that. It was a cool little chill session and stuff like that, but trying to get me to compete with a nigga that you're dating, yeah, no. Nah, I'm not gonna say who she is to me. I never slept with her, I never kissed her, I never done anything of any licentious any licentious thoughts or nothing like that. So but it was definitely a eye opening experience to see because I'm like, you trying to make cats compete with you or compete for you. You in your mid 40s. You are 5 years away from 50. You're 15 years away from 60. You don't think you should? She was like, yeah, you need to change. I looked at her like, bro, you need to change. It clearly ain't got you where you wanted to be. And since you bringing up your African, I can smell your I can smell your radiator through the restaurant. So what we talking about? What you talking about, baby? And this ain't to shame her or nothing like that. I won't tag her. I won't do any of that. But I just find it ridiculously odd, lame, and insane that some of you ladies will overvalue yourself and think all that. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. If I'm ever that man that's paying every single bill, like all of them, you sucking toes. Flat out. That ain't even my steez at all. I don't even get down like that. I don't even get down like that, bro. But I'll tell you this right now. You sucking toes. Flat out. You sucking toes. Whenever I shower, you gonna have to bathe me, all of this stuff. Everything. You gonna have to bathe me. You gonna have to make sure when I get out, you better put my slippers on the ground. Since you got it made around here, you got it made around here. You ain't nothing, ain't nothing going on. So nah, I'm not of that mindset.
Thanks, baby.
My daughter bet not never. Colton, there's a big one in there. Get that one. My daughter bet not never. Thanks, thanks. Look at that. Little young gold digger. Thanks, baby. You know the messed up part about that? My daughters ever did that. They ain't giving that money to their mama. They keeping it for themselves. Let my daughters go get some of my money. They is taking that money for themselves. Mama ain't gonna know nothing either. Anyways, ladies, if you're not gonna help a man, just stay away from him. Y'all go date each. Y'all go date women. Like, go find a woman who will treat you like the man that you want. That's my suggestion. Go leave. Like, leave men the hell alone. At this point in time, just bounce. Don't even worry about it. Because why is it that men had to always be freaking used? Why do we always have to be the one to be used? You 40 something years old. So if I wanted to have more kids, can't produce that. Was I? Really? What did I say? Jesus Torres? You know the paperwork exists on that, right? So yeah. But let's do it this way. Let's get you on out of here. Goodbye, young lady. Adios. Peace. Yeah, nah, it's like, bro, we supposed to sit up here and pay everything and be used and not say nothing? Like, not a thing? Not a Ross clock, bumble clock team? All right, shoot. Cool. Yeah, come on, man. I don't understand why y'all want to use the man so bad. What about y'all that say you gotta use the man so freaking bad? There are super simps out here effing up the game daily. Not necessarily. I wouldn't put it that way. I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's people who come in genuine, thinking they supposed to be what these ladies want, but not realizing they don't want that stuff. And it's crazy because I'm about to just say it. I don't never fault these dudes for quote unquote messing with these ladies that they claim they are grooming. Because at the end of the day, if I find somebody to give me what I want and I give them what they want, it's fair exchange. It's fair exchange. Me, I could never deal with no 21-year-old, 23-year-old. I could deal with a 25-year-old, but she got to be on fire. Like, typically, I need you to be between the ages of 27 to 40. Typically, I need you to be of the ages of 27 through 40. That's me. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, boy. Well, I'm 35, so I can do 40. Bro, old girl from the Nat was 22, though. Who? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. What girl from the Nat are you talking about? I don't know who you talking about, bro. Shout out to you and old girl. If you listen, I don't judge no cats. If she grown, she grown, bro. If you can deal with the public scrutiny and all that crap, cool. I don't fault nobody. I don't fault anybody. I don't fault nobody. Man, only if I had to give up D and be taken care of. Yeah, we gonna end the stream on that one.